Hi empaths, welcome back to more crystal alchemy videos. So choosing a crystal that draws your attention, using your heart's energy, feeling it move up from your heart, out through your eyes, into the crystal on the screen. And then I'll tune into that crystal and see what comes up. I also want to announce an empath alchemy immersion, an online experience coming January 6th of 2021. That's a Wednesday, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Those details will be in the description of this video, where we'll heal the empath wound. We'll learn about what creates an empath, also how to connect to your creative genius and align your energy field, heal ancestral wounding and traumas. It's going to be a great event. I hope to see you there. All right, so you might want to go to the timestamp of the crystal or watch from beginning to end. The timestamps will be in the description and the comments. All right, let's get started. Hi there to those of you that chose the rose quartz chunk. It's really lovely, bright energy. Let's tune in. I'm seeing to start a single bubble. So it feels like there's this expanded feeling, and yet there's a very thin layer of protection. So it's easy to burst the bubble currently, maybe, or feel deflated, because I'm seeing that one little piercing in that outer seal of the bubble deflates it, right? So I'm seeing that maybe the protection feeling a little sensitive, vulnerable, and maybe a little deflated right now. You could use a boost. Maybe that's why you were drawn to rose quartz energy of self-love, loving energy, unconditional love, needing that medicine, right, from the stone. And then I'm seeing all the multi-layers of our auras, right, and all the different layers of that subtle energy, the subtle bodies. Really getting a boost here as we align. Streams of consciousness coming in here to align us to our connection to source energy, which then also strengthens the other layers of the aura here, so that if we have a weakness in a certain area, there are backups, right? It feels like there are, if one is calling for our attention, the other ones can be solid, right? And I'm getting, it might be that emotional layer of the aura right now. It might be actually a release of something something might have come back into your life that opened a wound, reopened it in order to remove the infection, right? Maybe there was self-blame that happened from a situation, or this self-image that just wasn't actually accurate, and it was caused by some situation. And now you're seeing maybe the tables have turned, or you're getting a more enlightened view here, and it's extracting some of that infection. some of the self-blame's coming out here. And it's being replaced with love as this light is coming in, these streams of grace. Yep, I'm seeing that in the sacral chakra, right, our emotional center. Just taking a deep belly breath and allowing that healing salve to come in. Noticing the release of any tension, or maybe you were adjusting, overcompensating. As these misconstrued ideas of self or thoughts about what you were worthy of, or how good enough you are, get replaced here. We're going to flush that out and replace it. And I'm seeing higher harmonic violet color of light coming in. And that symbolizes unconditional love, just overflowing the body here. Really strengthening and repairing that the first image where I was seeing the deflated bubble. It's really repairing and strengthening the aura here. I'm also seeing a unicorn. I don't know if you resonate with unicorns or you just love that image of a unicorn. But I'm seeing the unicorn galloping, and it's asking us to follow. Kind of like a guide. Just galloping and that feeling of freedom. Where do you sense that? When you hear the word freedom, where do you sense that in the body? Where do you feel that? When you feel free, what does that actually feel like? Just noticing your particular frequency or formula for freedom. Notice where that happens in the body or what you're visualizing. How do you hold yourself when you're completely free? When you don't let limiting thoughts hold you back. What does that feel like? And where do you hold that in the body? What's the posture of freedom? Who do you reach out to? Who do you walk up to? Who do you talk to when you're fully free? What do you do when you're fully free? What feels like freedom to you? What brings you pleasure and joy in those moments? Moving from a place of feeling unsafe and vulnerable to a place of freedom. And maybe this has to do with relationship, right? Maybe this is sort of looking at a different perspective here of, wow, I was sacrificing a lot. I really must have cared. I sacrificed so much and now I've lost it, to what have I gained though? After a healthy period of grief maybe, right? While we were looking at repairing that sacral chakra or just adding support. Dealing with really identifying with a part that feels separate, right? There's a part of you that might feel separate from others. Certainly a lot of us are feeling that at this time, what we're going through, right? As a whole. But maybe there's a part of you that has always felt separate, always felt different. And I'm seeing a part of you, a bigger part of you, more mature, you know, wiser part of you holding out your arms to encourage that part of you that probably is younger, right? That felt outcasted, felt different, bullied even, or unwanted, beckoning them to come and embracing that part of you. Encouraging that younger part with words that you needed to hear at that time, right? And this really will create change. And I'm seeing that younger part growing up, maturing, and the ripple effects of hearing those words, feeling that love, feeling a part of things. And then wanting to participate in you moving forward and progressing and not holding you back any longer. You feel ready to move forward, gallop ahead like the unicorn. That's really beautiful. So it feels complete to me. Let me know if that resonated with you. I'd love to know your feedback in the comments. I'd love to have you join us at the January 6th class. That's a Wednesday, 6 to 9 p.m. Empath Alchemy Immersion. We're going to do lots of healing, lots of cool stuff. So Q&A. So I hope to see you there. The link will be in the description of the video. All right. Thanks for liking and subscribing. And if you need need to know how to reach out to me or anything like that, links are in the description. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Hi there to those of you that chose this amethyst cluster. Just one of the most beautiful pieces I have. It's so lovely. All right, let's tune in and see what comes up for the amethyst group here. Interesting. I'm sort of seeing a box, a square, kind of like a computer screen, and a circle that's trying to expand and grow in all directions, but it's literally feeling boxed in. Like it can't really grow and expand. It has to morph and get all misshapen in order to expand to its full potential. So perhaps there's an area of your life that you're currently feeling boxed in, that you're longing for expansion, a feeling of growing, like I'm really growing, expanding. I see the progress that's motivating me to keep going. And there's something that keeps maybe a situation or a relationship or current job, something like that, that makes you just feel like you're not really meeting your full potential. And maybe there's something better out there, right? That fits you more exquisitely is the word that's coming in. It's so funny. I'm seeing a fairy like Tinkerbell from the imaginal realms coming in and drawing a circle with her pixie dust or fairy dust, whatever it is, drawing a circle and saying, let's create something specific for you. And she's saying, let's just step through, let's just step into this opportunity. Literally created for you, maybe by you, but you have this energy on your side, right? This archetype of fairy and fairy magic. Maybe you are into fairies, or right, or if you really like sparkly, glittery things, oftentimes they're related to fairies for some reason. Like the fairy dust and the pixie dust is related to glitter sometimes. And certainly this is very sparkly, right? A little glittery there. And I'm seeing a wheel spinning, and it's representing seasonal changes, not just the seasons and the weather, but the seasonal changes of life. And it's turning and turning, and now it's saying, it's my time. It's my time. Maybe those are words you're telling yourself to motivate yourself. That's right on point. There is maybe a conversation that needs to be had here. So we're moving into the future a little bit here, having this conversation of this isn't quite the right match for me. Here's what might be better, or here's what's not quite working. And could we talk about this? Could we work this out? I think my strengths could be most best delivered in this way at this time, whatever it is. There's a negotiation, a changing of agreements here. And this might be a relationship agreement. This might be a job negotiation. This might be a job interview. Might be with a group of friends who maybe you're feeling like you're outgrowing or growing apart from. Right, where you're feeling boxed into behaviors that you just don't really resonate with anymore, and they're not really meeting your needs in the same way. You're really just showing up to give, and it's getting exhausting and draining. It's time to sort of negotiate your reward in the situation and what's best for you. And you have this guide of this fairy. I'm also getting the 9th chakra. Stored in the 9th chakra are some healing codes, coded information of light, and there's some streams of grace coming in, carrying those codes, supporting you and downloading that. See if you can feel that coming in. The 9th chakra is above the head, above the crown, coming in. Riding in on those waves, streams of grace coming in. And then also the 10th chakra, storing codes of humanity, streams of grace coming up through that 10th chakra, commingling in the body, bringing with them enlightenment, understanding, guidance, alignment. And as they come in and download, there'll be moments where they activate, where you'll have a moment of an epiphany, understanding, illumination in an area that was once confusing. Particularly if you feel like there's an area of your life where you just never have success, whether it be relationships, money, career, whatever it is. There's information coming in that will support your awakening in that area, that understanding. The missing piece where it's like, oh, I see what's actually valuable here now, right? And actually I have a lot of that to give, so it's a good match. And then I can ask for what I want because I get what's valuable here, right? I understand why what I can bring that has so much value, and that's when I can ask for more, right? It's a win-win. Yeah, I'm seeing understanding in relationships, right? Particularly romantic connection. Like, oh, this is what's valuable. It may not be what I value, but this is what's valuable to them. So if I want more commitment, I got to give more of attraction or whatever it is, right? Or, oh, okay, so these are the different things I bring into a work environment. And if I enhance those and amplify that, then I can ask for more coming back my way too. So yeah, this willingness to align spiritually and also in action, right? So that what we're doing in the physical world and what we're doing internally and spiritually in our connection to source is congruent, and it helps move the trajectory forward here. And there's some magic fairy dust going on that. Awakening those codes within us. And we must be activating some gamma wave consciousness. I'm seeing this pillar of light and this expanded energy. Feeling at peace with that understanding. And that feels complete to me. Let me know if that resonated in the comments. That was a really lovely reading. Thanks for extending your energy for these this group work. And I hope to see you in the class on January 6th. That's a Wednesday, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Link will be in the description. I would love to see you there. It's going to be an amazing experience. We're going to heal the empath wound, learn how to manifest and align to creative genius, and really how to make 2021 the best year yet. So thanks for liking the video, subscribing to the channel. Let me know in the comments if that resonated, and specifically if you like what resonated for you. Thanks for if you want to reach out to me, all the links will be in the description, right? Social media, my personal work with clients, things like that. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, empath. Hi there to those of you that chose the Desert Rose Selenite. Such a beautiful piece. I found it in an airport, believe it or not. Someone was selling crystals at a kiosk in an airport, and I saw these Desert Rose Selenite. I think it might have been in Arizona or something. Maybe Vegas. I don't know, but all I remember is I saw a couple of these and I bought them. I was like, these are beautiful. So anyway, let's tune in and see what's going on with the collective here, the people that chose the Desert Rose Selenite. So first off, I'm seeing a teardrop, and there's a world in this teardrop. So many things being released. I'm actually seeing a woman in, what's it called? Like just holding herself in this crumpled position in the corner, crying. There's a lot of release happening here. A whole world in that teardrop, releasing so many different things, so many stories, toxins, grief, sadness. Maybe you have recently or are currently going through some type of detoxification, whether that be through what you're consuming or who you're allowing in your inner circle, what you're watching, right? What you're reading. Maybe sensitivities are heightened currently, and you're noticing that you're drawn to healthier options or things that are more supportive to your mood and state. And you're looking to really release any sort of negative influences. Maybe you've taken the time to really refine your diet, your thoughts. You're being very intentional. And maybe that came with a bottom, right? A rock bottom where it just became too hard to hold it all in. So you had to make a decision. The shoe had to drop, right? Oftentimes we're compelled to change through all the pain. The pain creates change. And then when we feel like we can't take any more of that pain, we're compelled to elevate and take better care. Out of necessity, we just have to. And that's often the case. So maybe there's an area of your life where you're experiencing that. I'm seeing a big white orb of, I would associate that with angels, but it can be an energy that emanates from selenite. Sort of guiding you, nourishing you. Observing, looking after you, making sure you're okay. It's a beautiful white orb. Maybe even a little pearly in places. And maybe you've had moments where you felt divine intervention, or you felt like you even maybe said the words, someone was looking after me. And you were right. That you are surrounded by guides. Light beings, angels, loved ones. And as you sort of release this excess water element, which are emotions, or maybe things we've stored on the body, maybe even inflammation, as you release it, there's this charge. It's of empowerment, of clarity. Right after a storm and the sky's clear, or you might see a rainbow, that after that release, there's a calm, there's a peace, there's a clarity. And I'm seeing that being washed over you. This wave of serenity, of calm, of peace, right? That last tear indicating sort of this end of suffering and this time of clarity and peace, of heightened discernment, of knowing what's the right match for you, moving forward with a different lens. in a sense that you're being supported and held and someone has your back. And maybe that's an unfamiliar feeling to you. Maybe even feeling like you've been walking alone for a very long time, and I'm seeing you approaching a community of people, and it's like, where the heck have you been? We've been waiting. We've been waiting to meet you. We've been waiting. Sort of this loneliness, this feeling of separation, being alleviated by this sense of community and belonging. Finding your people, right? That's what I'm getting the sense of here. And I'm seeing this really concentrated, like thread, or pole, maybe more like, of light, white light coming down and aligning you to purpose, right action for you. Connecting you to source and also to earth. And it's just this incredible alignment that's also supporting you in releasing and shedding whatever else needs to go here. So tune in. Are you able to notice and feel? It looks like it wants to come from above, right through the crown, and then out through the root, connecting to the earth, down into the earth. But it's this nourishing, reciprocal energy. And then once we're aligned to that, the tension can kind of fall away. We feel held up. If we're looking for a new way of thinking or ideas or creativity, it's right there for us. If we're looking for belonging and groundedness and safety and security, it's right there for us in the earth, right? So it's this alignment where everything's communicating properly. We're really in tune, attuned, inner harmony. And it creates this sense of peace, but power, personal power, but also peace in knowing that we're meant to be here, that we belong here, and there's a community of people we belong with. It's really beautiful. And that we're being watched out for and guided. And that inspiration is right there. We can connect to it whenever we choose. I'm sort of seeing sheet music and someone writing. So maybe part of this release is also going to be expressing it into words, putting it on paper, transmuting this pain into art or creativity, or just journaling so that it's something you can look back on and with contrast, right? And say, wow, I was there. That's where I was. Then the people you're meant to reach you're the success story for them, right? And you have this, I was here at one time, so I understand what you're going through, and this is how I got here. So maybe even putting it on paper, journaling your experiences here, how you overcame a hard time, hardship, pain, how you started, what you did to change that, what you did to shift out of it, what you had to focus on, connect to, where you held your awareness, right? Did you start stretching your awareness to realize, wow, I'm all the way up there and I'm all the way down there. I'm not just this body, I'm so expanded that I'm not in my body. My body's in me. I'm this expanded field, right? This electromagnetic field that's reaching and touching other people, even if it's through a screen, even if we're 6 feet away from one another, we're still connecting. And maybe that awareness is comforting. I'm seeing the words prayer or meditation. So maybe you already have, or you're looking into a really powerful meditation practice or communication with a divine source. And you're being encouraged to take that time, make it a practice, that you'll see how your life will unfold differently. You'll be guided and you'll feel heard. It will have an effect. And that does feel complete. We will be experiencing meditation and healing sessions in a group in that class in January 6th. That's a Wednesday, 6 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'd love to have you there. We're going to learn about how to take care of ourselves energetically. We're going to do some amazing ancestral healing, how to heal from psychic inversion, which is what creates an empath, and how that's linked to trauma, how we can turn that around and connect to our creative genius. So I hope to see you there. All that will be in the description. Thanks for liking the video and subscribing to the channel. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. Also, let me know how this resonated. Did you feel that session? Does that connect to you and what you're going through? And if you want to follow me on social media or have a personal session, all that will be linked in the description as well. All right. I will see you in the next one. Bye, empath.